Well, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 12 of the Duck Chronicles, entitled Into the Swale We Delve, because the little ducks survived a massive storm last night, though they were scared, and the swales have filled up a little bit, and that means it's time to try out our swimming skills, which we're quite good at, even though it's not really deep enough to swim, is it, guys? So our losses seem to have deteriorated to nothing. We've had no more losses. I think we're over whatever it was that was costing us so many babies. And I'm not sure what it was. We did talk to John Metzer at Metzer Farms. He says he's pretty sure it was bacterial. And he didn't have any other reports from people with high losses this year. I'm not sure what's going on. He did say what many of you guys said, well, maybe supplementing niacin. The thing is that we're using the same feed that we've been using for 4 years. And we've probably brooded 6 or 7 groups. This will be the 7th group of ducks we've brooded with that feed. We've never had it before. It's always possible the feed gets mixed wrong or something like that. However, we went through multiple bags, continuing losses, and several of those bags were from different lots. That's not likely. So I think our losses probably were some sort of bacterial infection. What, I do not know. But everybody seems healthy and happy. I don't know that they'll go very far from here today. They're pretty happy about this. I decided to let them be in here today because we have a gorgeous day ahead of us in spite of the storms we had last night. And so there's plenty of sun that they can warm up in. And since I've let them out, they've pretty much been about everywhere a little duck can get on the back pasture. So they've covered an acre pretty well, stem to stern. And it's a good day on 9 Mile Farm. Everything with that rain we had last night has gone ballistic. It looked good, but we hadn't had any real rain. We had a little bit during the workshop, but it wasn't really anything that soaked the ground. But it kind of brightened things a little bit, but it was still really, you could tell in certain patches it was really dry. Last night, I'm not sure how much we got. It wasn't an inch or anything like that, or that swale would be full with an inch. The second swale's about the same full. So, in fact, that one I actually added a little bit of water to because it didn't take much to give them some. Yeah, there's some guys hitting the keel, actually swimming. And so I knew that would give them a good place today to try out their water wings. But when we got this one last night, I mean, if you just look, it's just lush. I've been waiting for it. I was a little worried about them last night. I was afraid their table would go over. I tripped the breaker, took out their heat lamp. I was worried about that, but it was absolutely pouring. So I had to let them ride it through. We lost nobody. Everybody made it through the great storm of 2017, and I'm hoping that actually ends up being a thing because there was some pretty nasty weather last night. We got off pretty light. There were several tornadoes. My in-laws down in Arlington can't get out of their road today because there's trees down. They just think of preparedness and all of those people there, and no one's got a chainsaw. They're all waiting for the city to come do it for them. I just shake my head. A couple trees, and you can't get a couple guys out with a chainsaw. I don't know. My nephew, they were in the bathroom, an interior bathroom last night, about 2 o'clock in the morning with sirens going off. I was watching the weather. They were good. That tornado went north of them. They weren't big tornadoes, but they were spin up and die down, spin up and die down. And we have severe weather coming in again on Saturday night, I believe. And I'm hoping that everybody makes it through it again without any major damage. Basically, the damage here is none, but where we did have damage around us is little roof damage, maybe sheds, things like that. Trees down, power lines down, power's out in a lot of places. Stuff like that, you quickly recover from. Having your house blown completely apart and maybe on top of you, that's a little bit harder. So hopefully we won't have to deal with that. If it looks like it's going to be really bad, we'll have to do a duck roundup and put them all back in the shed for the night because anything more than last night I think would have been too much for them. The good news is they're really making progress. If you look, you see a lot of feathers on them. As long as we don't have any more dye, I'm not afraid to have them introduced to the flock. And I'd say in 2 weeks, my job of being the brooder daddy is done. And our goal, since we didn't get as many birds in as we wanted this time, due to shipping and due to losses, will be that I've got 2 Muscovies, and they are just going broody as all heck. And once I'm done with this fiasco and some other things going on that are kind of personal and I won't talk about on YouTube, maybe a week or 2 from now, they should be really at the peak of their broodiness. I will set them up with a place where the other adult ducks cannot get to them, so they don't have eggs out of time. And we'll collect, probably 18 to 20 eggs each. So say 40 eggs split into 20. What you doing, little duck? It's one of the surviving apple yards there. Like 20 eggs per duck, and we'll give them those eggs. My estimation is our fertility will be about 50%. We're very heavy on girls and light on drakes for obvious reasons on an egg-laying farm. But if that gives us another 20 birds, if even 10 are females, we'll be in good shape with that added to our flock this year. And if they go again, I'll do it more than once. Because when they do it, I don't have to do anything at all. I don't have to take care of them like I got to take care of you guys. You guys are fun, but boy, this was not the year for it. Everybody's happy. Everything is green. We'll catch up with you in episode 13.